If you want my opinion, Salamander, on this particular skin, thank you, she's actually awesome, thank you, love arts. Well, there it is. The bolt. Swamp in it. Not my favourite, but you know. The rat boat based on the crows. Yeah. That concerns me, I don't know what you were doing down there, to be honest. Excuse me, what is wrong with my move speed? Bug or hack? Okay, we've reset it, so that's probably a bug. Nice. Quite. Okay. Stuck on something. We're in game lost territory now though. It's fine. Get rid of it. Wouldn't have been able to do anything else about it anyway. Can't really run here because it's basically an infinite. And she's not run to the place that's good. It's probably an incoming balanced. No, it isn't. Okay. Don't know why she ran up there then. No. Infected. Yeah. Not gonna run shock. It's up. Okay, we found the one that gives up. There's my ticket to a win then. Sure. There's basement. No walks anywhere. Grab this. Yep. Just casually hit 2 gens. Off the belly anytime whatsoever. Good. On that one. Put him on the free escape hook. There it is. She did go down, it's fine. Yes. Oh, there we go. Let's go with that. in the res, so she's still there somewhere. It's gone over that way, or is it that one? That one. It's fine. Let's corrupt that. Okay, made no effort to dodge it. Do have a couple of fountains nearby here. Depends which way they've gone. But we're going to grab this one. We are over here. Yeah, I'm not running that. Range isn't going to do anything. Is that just leaving him? Both there. Yep. It's fine, we'll go for you. I can't play to slugging. Just do it. Instantly raised them off the floor, so... Up we go. Get this one. Potentially that one, was it? Or did I just saw him then? Yeah. Terrible fucking hitboxes. Bad game design. Okay. Moved away again. On the back. Shift W, that has no counterplay at the moment. Yeah, don't know where he is. Probably going to lose the game for this because I've got no fucking presence whatsoever. Scratch marks that aren't visible. He's dead. Get on. Okay, when we were designing this map, we just completely forgot to put hooks in the centre of it. Excellent. Get on there. Probably going to be that one. Don't think Barrett's on. There's this one. There you go. Into the dead hard. And then we'll go for him. There it is. Got a 4K. Potential incoming unbreakable. We're in shopping list territory now. I have to think about all the second chances they have. There it is. Wonderful. Where's the skin from? Skin is from... Please don't leave. Skin is from Halloween. Now, if you want my opinion, Salamander, on this particular skin, she's actually awesome. Thank you, Love Arts. Well, there it is. She obviously likes it, so I'm not going to go straight into slating it and all that kind of stuff, but I don't really like the whole blue shit they've done with Halloween recently. I really liked the Blight stuff that they did, where they did the Blighted cosmetics, because Plague now has 2 Halloween cosmetics and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. She's got this one that's like Lich Queen kind of thing, you know, the kind of Blizzard style of things, and then she's got obviously the old Blight version, you know, the blighted version of her. I just prefer the Blight from like the infection standpoint rather than it being this, which is supposed to be like this is Plague when she's been in the entities realm for like literally eons at this point, you know, and she's been basically used like up, basically, like she's the very fragment of a being is the only thing that's left. That's what the lore is behind these kind of things. It just doesn't work though, you know, like, I mean, in comparison to what it used to be, like, they legit went from one colour palette to the fucking legit opposite, like the polar, you know, orange to teal, you know, in just a year's space. Like, the skin's nice, like, as obviously this survivor does like it, but it's just, it doesn't have the same feel as what the Blight stuff did. To me anyway, but as I say, you know, it still looked good as a standalone skin, but it's like it could have been released at some other time rather than Halloween is what I'm getting at, you know, rather than just, you know, I was going to say maybe it's a Day of the Dead skin, but Day of the Dead's a bit more, you know, it's a bit more grounded in the sort of religious kind of aspect of it, so you probably can't dick around too much with it, but it just feels weird because, like, the Halloween events these recently now, as they do Haunted by Daylight rather than the pumpkins and all that kind of stuff, when they had pumpkins that were actually pumpkins and not just blue fucking Fortnite characters that are scattered around the map, you know, that kind of stuff, it was just better. When you had to go and you had to fill, back in the day you had to, in the Blight event, I remember the one I played where you had this little vial that appeared at the top, I think it was the top right of the screen, as Survivor, and you'd go around the map and you'd find these pustula flowers, which can still be spawned to this day, but you have to run a specific challenge to do them. And you'd go around and you'd basically just do them the same way you do generators, but you'd gather blight out of them. So it was like basically a separate second generator, in a sense, that obviously gives survivors something to do, rather than just rushing gens all the way through it. So it was a really good event, but now it's just like you play fucking capture the flag with a fucking barrel in the middle of a pocket dimension, you know, that's fucking terrible for both teams to be in, you know, and then you get killers get a ranged ability that's just a fucking, basically a huntress hatchet with a ghost skin on it, where you just launch it forward and it injures if it hits anybody, you know, that kind of stuff, rather than it being about actual lore based, where it was about collecting the pustula and researching it and all that kind of stuff, you know. You were kind of, the vibe back in the day of the old Halloween stuff was you were actually brainwashed as a survivor to research a cure for the entity, because the blight was supposed to be some kind of like infection that the blight has, the entity has, and it was something that it happened like yearly. Where she'd get like infected and contract this illness, and then as a survivor you were looking for, you didn't know, you weren't supposed to know you were just extracting these sort of flowers and all that kind of stuff, you know. And obviously killers get the same thing for putting them on blighted hooks and all that kind of stuff, and you know, you were unknowingly looking for a cure for the entity's illness, in a sense. That's the kind of vibe it had. But now it's just ghosts, you know. Now it's just capture energy, put it in a barrel, you know, that kind of stuff, from just doing hooking and doing generators and looking around the map for these weird little riffs that you can pick up, you know. It's just, it's fucking shit. Like, it's literally the kiddies version of it, you know, as opposed to it being a bit more simpler and a bit more grounded and a bit more grungy in terms of what it was, you know. And it matched the theme as well. It wasn't all bright neon blue everywhere. It wasn't all, you know, completely clashing with what the game is supposed to be, especially on nighttime maps, where it's just, you can see that shit across the map, mate, you know. It's just, it looks shit, rather than it being a case of like finding these orange tumour-like plants around the map that are quite small but also blend into the environment on most maps as well, and then harvesting the blight and stuff like that out of them. It was way more interesting, dude. And they actually made an entire killer dedicated around it, you know, with blight. But then they just decided, I think it was the year before, I think. Yeah, it wasn't last year, it was the year before last year's Halloween event. That's when they just decided, hi, we're doing ghosts now, you know. And then the whole blight storyline and the whole blight idea, in a sense, just got fucked off. And I don't think it's coming back now, because they're just going to commit to doing this stuff, you know, because they've started releasing a skin line for it. It's just fucking weird, dude. It really is. I know times move on, but fucking hell. We've still not got all the blighted cosmetics for the killers as well. There are still some killers that are missing original blight cosmetics. But now we're apparently going to be doing these, you know. I can't even remember what the name of these are, actually. Voided. I think it's just Void. Void? Yeah, Void Plague. I think it's just Void Plague. Here's what it is. The survivor likes it anyway, so you like it, but that's just me personally. I'm not a big fan of this kind of stuff. I just run it because it does look like Lich Queenie, which is what I see it as, rather than the actual Void story stuff, you know. But there you go. The whole gaping hole in the chest is quite good on this skin. It is actually a physical thing as well. You can see inside the chest, which is quite grim and actually quite good. But yeah, there you go. See you on the next one. October again. Okay. Seen this map a lot recently. It's getting a bit tiring, to be honest. Let's see. I'm just looking at the maggots on my arm, dude. Old DVD was just in another league. Okay, so just... I'm not going to bother with Shack first. We did have somebody else here, somewhere. Okay. It's fine, losing frames. Fucked it. It's fine. G did as well. It's a weird place for an orc. Fun. Peekaboo on this one. He's not actually in there, that's me just spraying that, it's fine. Okay. Get a sharp pellet out of this. Me losing frames again. Okay. We're up top as well. So. Yeah. This man's got sprint burst. Thought it was a fucking thing. It's fine. Ugh. Okay. Get her out. It's the res, that's why there's no counterplay to slugging right there. One out. One pool left. So it's probably not going to be dead eye because he's got sprint burst. Still contagious. Too long. Yeah, just see me. God pellet. Window. Two out. I don't know where this Jill is, dude. I've not even fucking seen the Jill yet. Just saving him running off. One of these two. Yeah. This one. I was already infected anyway, was that I then? No, I think... No, that was her there, I think. There. There she is. That's probably going to be that one. Unless it was that one she cleansed that, the sable. Get that reinfected. I do believe, Jill, you're getting left to die, mate, to be honest, because I don't think she's going to come in for that, especially when you're infected, so there's no blueprint. Didn't even take the 4%, but okay. I mean, at this point, you just let go, because you're obviously not going to get saved, but, you know, it's what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day. Like, she's very clearly not coming for you wherever she is, mate. There it is. Oh dear. Can I defend it though? Cause if she's next to that, it's not going to happen. We need to infect the switches. So just... She's over there, I don't get this. She's on the other one. I don't get that now because I'm too far away. There it is, she's out. There's no counterplay to that. Gate speeds are too quick. Be done before I can go over there. Yep. And she's got sprint burst anyway. Would have had her there if she didn't have sprint burst. There you go. Every survivor always has the perfect perk for every situation in my games. There you go. sure. See you in the next one.